Getting stuck is easy. Getting unstuck is not so easy, unless you know how. Whether it's personally or professionally, the steps to change are exactly the same. There's a clear-cut formula to living the life you want and deserve. Are you ready to make a change? It's easier than you think. Go to thehabitformulabook.com and get yourself a free copy. Remember, you don't even have to read it. Just do the exercises at the end of each chapter. If you want me to hold your hand, upgrade your order to the premium course. These principles are the same steps I took to work 25% less and make 30% more. If you seriously want to change something in your life, thehabitformulabook.com will show you how. And get yourself a free copy or upgrade to the premium course for even better and faster results. And get unstuck today. thehabitformulabook.com.
Hey everybody, you know what time it is. It's lunchtime with the Habit Master. I'm your host, Dr. Stephanie Aldrich, and I change people's bad habits, both professionally and personally. When you change your habits, you change your life. So today is Wednesday, and in today's show, we're going to talk about business cycles and 5 ways we can help with the doldrum time, right? The trough time, the time when we have, no business or it's slow and we're trying to get busy again, right? Every business goes through this, and we're going to talk about 5 ways that you can kind of calm down those doldrums and make everything steady, okay? We like the plateau or growth. We don't like the up and down cycle. So if we can do something to help with that, we're going to do it, right? So before I get started, I just want to let everybody know that you can grab a free copy of my book. It's all about how to change your bad habits. You can do it for free. It's called The Habit Formula, and you can get it at thehabitformulabook.com. Go grab a free copy. And if you really want to change your habits, and it's a lot easier than you think, but you really have to concentrate on what you're doing, your activities, and your thoughts of what you think you can accomplish and what you really can accomplish. If you want to dive deeper, upgrade your order. It's really easy to do. So today we're talking about business. It's Wednesday. I love to talk about things that, I myself, I'm a small business owner. Things that I know we have to deal with on a small business scale, but business is business, whether you're a multi-conglomerate or, your little mom and pop shop or your little dentist office like we are. You still have ebbs and flows to it. So we're going to go over this little graph here, and it's a terrible, terrible drawing. I'm not an artist, but every business has cycles. So E here is on the upswing. This means that you are starting to get busy. You're starting to get business. Your business is growing. Maybe you need more employees. There's a lot of things that kind of go into this, and that can be for another day. We're going to kind of talk about how that we can keep things on a more steady growth instead of having those ebbs and flows, right? So in this graph, we're going up the hill, right? We're starting to grow. This is called expansion. You're starting to increase. You're starting to maybe get more employees, maybe increase the services that you provide, or the product line, or inventory, or whatever it is that your business does. You're in expansion, you're growing, profit is increasing. There's a lot of things that could be going on, right? The P here is when you start kind of, you're not growing as fast and you notice maybe you're plateauing a little bit. This is your peak, right? profit isn't growing as much. Maybe you don't have as many employees, like new employees. You're starting to get seasoned ones. The services and products that you're providing are kind of, the same kind of thing, right? Then after that comes the next phase, which means that maybe you're not expanding anymore. Maybe the profits aren't as good, or maybe you're just still even keel. That's contraction. Okay? And then down here at the bottom, you're really hurting, right? It's boring. Maybe, there's a season and now it's the off season, right? This is your trough. All businesses go through this, okay? We can't all be busy, every single day. I mean, even Apple, look at Apple. They have to come up with new products, or else all of their old products, people already have them, right? So they have to constantly be thinking of new and better things to come out to the marketplace, or they know they're going to hit the contraction and the trough phase where they're not making as much money or just die, right? We always want to think as a business owner, as an executive or a team leader, we want to be in this expansion phase and try not to hit the peak. You want to just keep going up, and keep going, right? So think of, these cycles. They could be, and it depends on what your business is. It depends what your company does, okay? It could be linked to a holiday. It could be linked to insurance. I'm a small business owner. I'm a dentist. We have business cycles where right now, if there's a sickness going on and we have stomach flu going on and allergies are really bad, people cancel, people reschedule because they're not feeling well. You don't want to go to the dentist when you're not feeling well. You want people in your mouth. You don't have to, open for a while if you can't breathe, right? Every business has a certain cycle that they have to go through. Maybe your business is dependent on families and kids. So during the summer, everybody goes on vacation, right? So you might not be as busy. Fall time comes, everybody's back to school. And the kids are around, the family's around, and that's the time that they're focused on a learning activity or something to do with sports or something to, help their child grow into an adult, right? Clothing, education, sports, that kind of thing. Maybe your business has to do with seasons. It's a seasonal business. So, snow removal in Ohio is only good for a few months, right? A lot of the landscapers, what they do is they do snow plow during the winter months, and then they do landscaping the rest of the months. They've learned how to try to keep them busy, okay? They may be peaking and, going sideways, but at least they're not coming back down because they know that there's going to be a season where, hey, they don't need snow, right? We have sunshine. Yay, we love that, right? So they've kind of developed, a lot of those guys, they do kind of two businesses in one because they have to go with how the seasons are, okay? Think of the farmers, right? So you have springtime is, hey, we got to get out there and start working in the fields and getting crops ready to go. And then fall time, late summer, fall time, it is harvest time. So they're busy, they're doing stuff. And, some people, they like to can, they like to preserve things for the winter time. Winter is not the time to be planting your garden. It's not going to grow. It's too cold. The ground's frozen, the soil's depleted, and the plants aren't going to grow when it's, minus 10 outside, right? There's 3 feet of snow out there. You have to know what your business cycle is and kind of foresee when the ebbs and flows are. After you do this for a little while, you kind of know what's shaking, right? So today we're going to go over 5 ways to kind of get rid of the contraction, or if there is a contraction, it's not as bad, right? You got to kind of foresee the future and try to keep it from troughing because we don't want bottom stuff. Everybody wants to get paid. Everybody wants to make some money and feed their families. And to do that, we have to be looking at expansion and not contraction. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is marketing. What most people do, especially small businesses, is they like to market when they're slow. Well, I can understand that. You want to get yourself out there, tell people, hey, I'm here, we need to have your business, right? What you need to be thinking of is when you're slammed and you don't really want any more business because you're busy and, everybody's on, working at, 100% of their capacity, that's the time you should be marketing. That's the time you should be asking for more business or new business or different business, right? Because that's going to carry on to the slower times, to your peak and your contraction times, right? So it's almost like a runoff effect. You got to be thinking of marketing at all times, whether this is social media. Social media is free. I'm marketing myself right now. Grab my book. It's the Habit Formula, habitformulabook.com, right? It's free. All it does is take a little bit of time. Well, what if you put a post up about something in your business that, people would be interested in, or maybe your customers, right? You got a new service, you got a new product, or maybe you're using that product or service in a new way, or think about this, or hey, it's checkup time, right? Your furnace needs a checkup, right? It's going to be bad weather soon. You're trying to get ahead of the game because right now people aren't putting air conditioners in unless it's broken and they're trying to get ahead of the game. Now they're thinking, oh, it's cooling off at night. We need to be thinking about our furnaces. Is it ready to go? Now's the time to be marketing to that so that, hey, when it is peak season, it's November, December, it's starting to get cold, that you've already been steady and busy, right? So always be marketing, always, all the time. You may have to ramp it up a little bit more when you are a little bit slower, but you should still be marketing when you're busy, when you're slammed, when you're cooking on all cylinders, because that's going to help carry you over into the doldrums, right? Number 2, prepare. You know when the business cycle is. You know when it's going to slow down. Prepare for it. Okay? During that time, you could be replenishing your inventory. Maybe there's some construction that you need to do for your building. Okay? Maybe there's a new product that you want to introduce to your customers for the next season, right? Well, in order to do that, during the slower periods, that's the time to get the product into your inventory and get the training for your employees so that when it is peak business time, right, and you guys are just cranking and expanding and being crazy, that they're all ready to go, right? That's what we usually do here. So our business cycle is this time towards about February, we're slamming because of insurance. We're insurance-driven practice. Most people want to get their work done over the course of the next few months so that they can maximize their benefits. Well, after that, February kind of dies down. People are sick, we get crappy weather, whatever. It's a good time to go on vacation kind of thing. But during that time, that's when I want to implement things in the office. We might clean up stuff, right? We do a hard scrubbing of things. We throw things out. We fix equipment that maybe we didn't want to totally fix before because we needed to use it, even if it was we had to duct tape it or something, right? That's the time to replenish things, restock inventory, train employees, right? You got to know when the ebbs and flows of your business are so that you can prepare for, hey, we're not going to be able to do training and go out of town during this time of the year because that's our busy time. We can wait until a different time, okay? So you have to always be prepared. The third thing is reminders. And what I mean by that is remind your customers, hey, it is furnace season. I know it's a little early, but it's starting to cool off at night. We'll give you a $20 discount if you get your furnace check there, right? People are always looking for value, looking for a deal, looking for something that maybe, it's time sensitive and they can do it now and it benefits them both in their pocketbook and, just in general, right? Hey, it's, getting cooler at night. Now's the time to think about your furnace repair. For us, we just started contacting people that hadn't had their fillings done or crowns or whatever they needed done. Hey, a friendly reminder, if you want to use your insurance benefits that you've already paid for before it gets worse, before you're in pain, before it's really busy in here and we can't get you in when you want to, now's the time to do it. Be proactive, right? So, you've got to think, hey, send your customer base. In your marketing, you can also say, hey, we're running a special. Run specials. That draws attention to you from new business people, right? Hey, we're going to give not only our customers a 10% off of service for their particular product, but we're also going to give free installation or something like that to new customers, right? You're trying to draw in attention. You're trying to draw in business for those ebbs and flows, okay? And you should be doing that constantly, right? But when you're starting to slow down and you know what your cycle is, get on it early. I mean, this is only September, but I'm already blasting out emails. I sent out, 3,000 emails yesterday. We're also texting people and calling people, leaving messages saying, hey, don't forget us. We get really busy end of October, November, December, January. Now's the time to get ahead of the pack because we're only here 2 weeks in December and then it's 3 weeks and then we're off for the holidays. I don't work holidays anymore. It's just not, people usually don't come anyway. So I have a little one and I want to spend time with them. So that's what I do, right? Reminders. Always be thinking of how you can remind your patient, your customer, that you exist, even non-customers. Hey, I'm here, right? Put some messages in your marketing that you should be doing constantly, right? Shout out Facebook, shout out LinkedIn, snappy chatties, right? You got to do a little bit of Instagram, whatever you can do to put you in their mind. Put you in their mind. Hey, oh yeah, I was meaning I got to get my tires done, right? I'm due for an oil check here. I got about 1,000 miles. So I've been putting money away because I need new tires before the weather changes, right? So I'm thinking probably end of October before it gets crazy. I've already been stocking up. So I kind of gave myself a reminder. But if I was the tire people, I would have already sent me a reminder. Hint, hint, should have done that. Reminder, start saving. You're due for tires too. Hey, people say, oh yeah, and I need to start saving, right? And then you've got that business. So always be thinking, hey, reminder. People forget. There's so many things going on in people's days nowadays, and their attention is always being taken by other people. Commercials and marketing of other things, of other companies. You want your top of mind to be you, not somebody else. And that means that you've got to get on it. That's follow-up. That is, hey, friendly reminder. Hey, social media. Hey, marketing. Okay? Number 4. This is one of my favorites. I just love this analogy. Be the squirrel. Got a book coming out that's going to be all about how to be a squirrel. What I mean by this, it's just an analogy and a metaphor. Being a squirrel, when there's acorns all over the place, right? You've got business, you're in expansion, you're just hitting it on all cylinders. You've got everybody's working and selling product and services and everything's going great. Well, there's going to be that peak and that contraction, right? Every business has that. Now, some businesses, it takes 5 years to do that. Some businesses, it's seasonal, so you hit maybe 2 or 3 peaks during the year, and some hit it every month kind of thing, okay? You know what your business is, and you need to be prepared for that, right? Prepare for the slow time. When it is the busy expansion time, you need to be the squirrel. You need to make sure that you're socking away profits for construction when it's slow time, for repair of things, for education, for training, for new inventory, restocking inventory. You got to make sure that you've got enough money for the rest of the year or the downturn cycle before it goes back up and you're busy again, so that you can keep your business open, right? You got to be able to budget and manage all of that money coming in. It's not, hey, we're great and I'm rich and it's wonderful. No, no, no. Make sure that you, the owner, have a budget, but make sure that you're looking at it long term, because you know the trough is coming, you know the contraction is coming, and you need to be prepared for it. You need to make sure that you can survive through there, so that when it is time to go back up and expand and be busy and profitable again, that you manage to get there. You got to go from point A to point B and make sure that you keep things going. Okay? Number 5, and the last one, is always be looking. Always be looking for new ideas, new products that you can show new customers, show present customers, right? Always be looking at training. How can we be more efficient, more productive, faster? Anything that you can think of. Can you be first to the market with something? Maybe there's a new idea in your industry and it resonates with you and you say, oh my gosh, nobody in this area of my town is doing this. Can you bring this in during that slower period and then spike sales again, spike profits, spike customers, right? You always have to be looking for the newest, the greatest, an improvement. Improve your employees. Maybe you have to look at the employees and say, hey, you know what? We got to get rid of some people. They're not, meeting their quotas. They're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. And sometimes it's time to, sweep the floor and get new blood in there. Get new products. Sometimes the products aren't, up to date and servicing your customers. Talk with your customers. Always be looking. Talk to them, get feedback from them. Maybe there's something that, is not working with the employees and, you need some training on it to figure out a problem, customer service problem, a follow-up problem, a productivity problem, whatever it is, some type of communication, demonstration, presentation, whatever it is, always be looking to get better, to improve, to get your product and your services out there. So I hope this helps everybody today. Today we were talking about business cycles, and we all know that we have the ebbs and flows of a cycle, and it really depends on what your business is. And, is it seasonal? Is it dependent on another corporation or industry like insurance, which is, something that we deal with? Is it sickness? Is it weather? Is it, harvest time? That kind of thing. You have expansion here. You hit your peak here, and then it starts going down again, and that's your contraction, and then finally at the bottom your trough, and usually it'll go back up again. What is your cycle, right? Here are 5 ways to kind of level out that cycle so that it's not such an up and down kind of thing, but more of a steady increase, okay? The first one is marketing. Always be marketing, even in the good times, because the good times are going to end at some point, and if you keep marketing in the good times, at some point it's going to follow over into the times that aren't as busy, and it will kind of keep you steady for those slower times. Number 2, prepare. Prepare during the slower times for the expansion times. So that's the time to restock and redo inventory, to train your employees to do some type of construction or fix something, that's the time to do it. So prepare. Number 3, reminders. Remind people that you are alive, that your business is open for business, right? Remind your customers, hey, you need a checkup, you need service. Don't forget about this. We're going to get busy here soon. I'm going to give you a coupon. I'm going to save you money. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that for you. We want to get ahead of the game, right? Reminders. Always be reminding people. And this goes for people that aren't customers. Remind them that you are in business and that, give them a break, give them a deal. Everyone wants value, and they tie value with the service or product with their money. So if you can give them a break on something, free installation or a coupon for something for service, whatever it is, do it now. Do a reminder when you are expanding, but maybe you're at your peak and you know that the contraction time of the business cycle is about to be there. Number 4 is be the squirrel. So when you are in that expansion and the profits are coming in and everybody's busy, you know as the business owner or executive or team leader that there is going to be a trough coming up. It's going to come soon. So in that time, you collect your resources and you store them. You want to get to the next expansion cycle. And to do that, you can't be spending all your money on all the profits on other stuff. You got to know, hey, I'm prepared to, I have to fix something in the building or some of the equipment needs repair. I'm going to do that when we're not as busy. You need money for that. So be the squirrel. Sock it away for slower times to get you from the expansion number 1 to expansion time number 2. And the 5th way to kind of calm down and keep yourself in a steady expansion role is always be looking for new things, new customers, new products, new services, how to make your team more productive, more efficient. Maybe there's a different way of doing something in your business. Always be looking and implement when you can. Prepare when it's in the contraction cycle and always be looking for that new and good thing. Try to be the first to the market if you can in your area. So that's it for me today. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. We got up to 10 subscribers, so I'm in double digits. I want to get to triple digits, and I need your help. So go to the YouTube channel. There's Lunchtime with the Habit Master episodes on there, but every Saturday and Sunday I upload new videos on the 3 pillars of success, which is mindset, planning, and action. So go and check those out. They all revolve around the habit formula. Go grab yourself a free copy, thehabitformulabook.com. Also, if you're a podcast person, you can listen to these episodes. Usually I'm about a day behind, but you can listen to these episodes every day on iTunes or Spotify. So that's it for me today. I hope the business cycle, I hope we can keep the business cycles going. They're not so drastic, and keep expanding, right? And just remember, we want to build good habits together. I'll see you guys tomorrow.